So I give you a question. These are all optional ones, where it says the diagram shows part of a cubic graph and they want you to find the equation of that graph. What I notice is I can see roots straight away. 1, 3, minus a half, and look where it cuts the y-axis, it's at 3. So we have two ways of doing this. First way I'm going to go is the long way. What does any cubic equation look like? It looks like something x cubed plus something x squared plus something x plus something. Now that's the worst it could look like. You know, it could obviously be shorter than that, but that's what a typical cubic would look like. What did I say? I told you that one of the roots was 1. So the 0.10 can be subbed in there. Another one of the roots was 3. So 30 can be subbed in there. Minus a half, 0 can be subbed in there. And also I said it cuts at 0.3. Okay. So if I start subbing in, that's my x, that's my y. So I have y is equal to ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. Obviously you can start in any order you want. I'm just starting over here. So we have the y is a 0. And we have a times x cubed plus b times x squared plus c times x plus d. And we end up with a plus b plus c plus d equals 0. Never saw an equation before where, you know, even simultaneous equations, it's usually 2 equations, 2 things missing, 3 equations, 3 things missing. Never done one with 4 equations, 4 things missing. But, you know, that's just, I mean, it's just going to be a longer question. I do have 4 pieces of information here, so don't let that deter you, even though it might, because it's something that you feel like, oh geez, I've never been shown exactly how to do that before. So we've used that one. Let's use this one, 0, 3. So that's my x, that's my y. So I have, again, 3 is equal to ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. Now that is actually nice, because now I'm after figuring out that d is 3. Okay, so d is 3. I'll change that up there, which means I now have a plus b plus c is equal to minus 3. Now we're back to a Leibniz simultaneous equation that I have seen before. Sub in 3, 0. So again, that's my x, that's my y. Okay, so I sub in and I say that y is equal to a times 3 cubed plus b times 3 squared plus 3c times 3 plus d, we now know to be a 3. And I clean that up. That's 27a plus 9b plus 3c is equal to minus 3. There's the second one. And then the third one is minus a half, 0. So y is equal to a times a half cubed plus b times a half squared plus c times a half. Sorry, my dogs are barking, growling in the background there. Plus d. So this cubed is 1/8 a. This squared is 1/4 b plus a half c plus 3. I'm going to multiply everything by 8 in order to get rid of my fractions. I don't know if there's fractions there. So that is 0 times 8 is 0. Then we have 1a plus 2b plus 4c is equal to plus 3. And then I'm going to have a plus 2b plus 4c is equal to minus 3. There's my third one. And off I go and solve my Leibniz simultaneous equation. So that's method 1. Method 2 is where I decide that I have my roots. So my roots are x is equal to 1/2, x is equal to 1, and x is equal to 3. Well, if I have roots, I have factors. Sorry, that's minus 1/2 there. So that's plus. And x minus 3 equals 0. I'm just going to multiply this by 2. So that's 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. I'm leaving this one just as it is, and I'm leaving this one just as it is. Again, they're all, I'm working backwards. If I have a factor, I have a root. Sorry, if I have a root, I have a factor. You know, I got the factor, like I got the root from the factor by using the 0 rule. So that's why I have the 0. I'm working backwards as though it was a quadratic or a cubic or whatever. And I'm going to get my cubic here. Okay, so let's multiply these two out first. So that's 2x squared minus 2x plus 1x minus 1, which cleans up to give me 2x squared minus 1x minus 1. And I'm going to multiply that by my other factor. This will turn it into the a cubic with these roots. So now we have 2x cubed minus 6x squared minus 1x squared minus plus 3x minus 1x plus 3 equals 0. And I have a 2x cubed minus a 7x squared minus a plus a 2x plus 3 equals 0. Now I have created a cubic with those roots. The way for me to check and see is it that exact cubic is, this is always where it cuts the y-axis. So if we look here, does it cut the y-axis at 3? Yes, it does. Therefore, that is the right cubic. Because think about it, if you subbed in x is 0, and that's how you find out where something cuts the y-axis. You let x be 0, then your answer would be, sorry, that should be minus 3, should it? Just make sure I haven't made a mistake. So that's 2x squared plus x minus 1. Yeah, well, that looks good. So if you were to find, if you were to find out where it cuts the y-axis, you let the x be 0 and you find out that y is 3. So that's definitely the right one. And when you solved your equation back here, we already know that d was 3. So you would have found out that a was 2, b was minus 7, and c was a 2 also. So you'll know if you did it that way and you got it to work out that they were your answers. So there's your function. F of x is equal to 2x cubed minus 7x squared plus 2x plus 3. So that was that particular question.